Hi, I'm Sam Fortunas, and you're watching Stand Up with Sam. I'm here on Little St. George Island, an uninhabited island directly to the west of St. George Island. The only way to get here is by boat, so I chartered Captain Dan Fortunas from Fortunas Family Charter. He's dropped me off. I'm going to go collect some shells on this beautiful day. So shelling is a wonderful activity to do while you're vacationing on St. George Island because it's a really easy activity. You can just come on out here. You don't have to be on Little St. George, but this is really a wonderful uninhabited island. It's a great place to find some of the largest shells, some of the unique shells. You can take these home with you. You can do art with them. Just enjoying it. I always like the ones with the little holes. Create a little necklace or something like that. It's just a beautiful, beautiful place to be. I do have a couple suggestions for you. One would be always wear your sunscreen. You come out here and it can be hot. The conditions can be not what you're used to at home, so make sure you cover up your nose, wear a hat. The second tip would be to wear shoes. The reason you want to wear shoes is you're walking over what I call a shell graveyard. All these shells are out here. Now some shells are going to be perfect. A lot of you like the really perfect shells, but for me it's not about it being perfect. It's about just having a nice color, also a texture. The old ones that have been cut or have little holes in them from where creatures used to live, I think those add the most character to your collection. So maybe think outside the box. Maybe not the perfect shell can still be beautiful. Oyster shells are another common shell that you're going to find out here because of all the oyster beds in the Apalachicola Bay. They make wonderful, wonderful decorations. Also just a little memento to bring home with you, to remember your day, to remember this experience of beautiful Cape St. George, Little St. George Island. Just a wonderful shelling experience. A moment ago, I was up in the dune line where lots of shells wash up over time. If you want the best shells, the most unique shells, you need to come down to the shore where they've washed up. This time of year is wonderful because the waves are nice and big. They knock all of these perfect shells up to the shore. Being that we're on an uninhabited island, I'm going to have first pick of these beautiful, beautiful shells, fully, completely untouched by any other human out here. That's why I really suggest coming on over to Little St. George Island where there's nobody around and you have your pick of all these awesome shells. The shells here are so unique with their colors, beautiful. We have lots of bright orange, lots of dark black ones, which I find very interesting since we have such white sandy beaches. All these shells eventually will become our beach. It's the 1st of November and this is a wonderful time for shells. Sometimes a year you come out here, maybe not much is washed up, but due to the hurricane season and the storms, all of these shells are out here freshly stirred off the bottom and washed up onto the shore. Shelling on St. George Island, or Little St. George Island, is one of my favorite activities because you really do come out here and find the best variety of shells. All of these are absolutely beautiful, and even though I live here, I still enjoy them. They're amazing just to see. Oh! I can't drop my beautiful shells! All the different varieties of creatures that used to live in these shells. You can bring them home, create many different things with them, or just have them for your own happiness. Eventually, if nobody picks them up, they'll be crunched and crushed and they'll become our sand, which is also really wonderful knowing that all of these shells are going to create this beautiful beach here. Some of these oyster shells have been weathered over time, sanded out. Maybe not the most beautiful, perfect shells, but to me, they're all amazing. Just these colors today. All the different varieties. All the different patterns. You can really have fun picking out your shells here. Really wonderful finds. Be these are the shells I've collected this afternoon. I have my little shell book. You can always get one of these at your local bookstore to identify your beautiful finds. Thank you for coming shelling with me today on Little St. George Island. Remember, my taste in shells may not be your taste in shells, so be sure to call me up, get on out here to Little St. George Island, and go on your shelling experience.